Among the proud ships of the Italian Regia Marina during World War II, few matched the prominence and presence of the battleship Vittorio Veneto. Named after Italy's decisive victory over Austria-Hungary in World War I, this battleship was more than a floating fortress, it was a symbol of fascist Italy's naval aspirations and technical prowess. Vittorio Veneto was the lead ship of her class, preceding her sister ships Littorio and Roma. Laid down in October 1934, at the Cantieri Riuniti dell'Adriatico shipyard, and launched in July 1937, she entered service in April 1940, just months before Italy's entry into World War II. Displacing over 45,000 tons at full load, and stretching more than 240 meters in length, Vittorio Veneto was a masterpiece of Italian naval engineering. Armed with 9 381mm guns, in triple turrets and supported by a battery of 152mm secondary guns, and anti-aircraft defenses, she was built for speed and firepower. Her sleek, elegant lines were not only aesthetically striking, but designed to maximize hydrodynamic efficiency, giving her a top speed of well over 30 knots, very fast for a ship of her class and size. The ship was protected by the Pugliese torpedo defense system, a unique Italian innovation designed to absorb underwater blasts. Though theoretically effective, this system would later prove flawed in real-world combat situations. Vittorio Veneto would see extensive service during the early and mid-years of the war. She took part in several naval engagements in the Mediterranean, where Italy's fleet contested control of vital sea lanes against the British Royal Navy. Her presence alone often shaped the course of naval operations. One of her most significant actions came during the Battle of Cape Matapan in March 1941. Vittorio Veneto served as the flagship of Admiral Angelo Iacchino and led the Italian fleet into battle. During the engagement, she was struck by a torpedo from British aircraft launched from the carrier HMS Formidable. Despite the damage, she managed to retreat to safety, escorted by destroyers and cruisers. Her survival was a testament to the skill of her crew and her well-constructed hull. In subsequent months, she participated in convoy escort missions and fleet sorties intended to challenge British control of the sea. However, a lack of coordination, limited air cover, and effective British intelligence, especially through ultra-intercepts, often undermined these missions. By 1942, the strategic situation in the Mediterranean had shifted. Axis forces were stretched thin, and Allied air superiority increasingly threatened capital ships at sea and in port. Fuel shortages also plagued the Italian fleet, limiting the operations of large ships like Vittorio Veneto. Nevertheless, she remained a key asset in the Italian Navy's order of battle, a symbol of deterrence and prestige. But her destiny, like that of the Regia Marina, would be shaped not by enemy fleets, but by Italy's political collapse in 1943. On September 8, 1943, the Italian government signed an armistice with the Allies. What followed was a sudden and dramatic shift in allegiance that left the Italian fleet scrambling to avoid capture or destruction by their former German allies. Vittorio Veneto was stationed at La Spezia alongside her sister ships Roma and Italia, formerly Littorio. On September 9, following orders from the Italian High Command, the fleet set sail to surrender to Allied forces in North Africa. It was a desperate and risky maneuver, with German forces already moving to seize key naval assets. As the fleet made its way south through the Tyrrhenian Sea, it came under attack by German bombers from Kampfgeschwader 100, armed with the Fritz X radio-guided bomb. These revolutionary weapons were capable of striking ships with terrifying accuracy. While Roma was struck and sunk in a devastating explosion, Vittorio Veneto and Italia both sustained damage from near misses and shock waves, but survived. The fleet limped into Malta under Allied protection. Vittorio Veneto was interned and effectively removed from combat. Following the armistice, the ship was transferred to the Suez Canal under Allied control and would remain there, disarmed, for the rest of the war. Unlike many capital ships of the era, she was never targeted for scrapping during wartime and survived into the post-war years. But the end of World War II also marked the twilight of battleships. With Italy's navy reduced under the terms of the peace treaties and the rise of air power and missile technology rendering battleships obsolete, Vittorio Veneto's days were numbered. She was officially stricken from the Naval Register in 1948 and sold for scrap in 1949. Thus ended the life of one of Italy's most formidable warships, not in a blaze of glory, but in quiet dismantlement. Yet her story is one of resilience and endurance. Vittorio Veneto survived torpedoes, air raids, and political upheaval. She carried the hopes of a navy through its most trying times and remains a symbol of Italian naval engineering at its peak. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. You can also subscribe and explore our channel for previous battleship videos. Bye for now and Godspeed.